wee gamers. Hello to all our followers. Hello to everyone in the Bunker Club. It's good to have you back again for another video. And tonight, rather than interviewing a game designer, we're interviewing Matt and Tam from Loke Battle Mats, who have produced, in my opinion, one of the best gaming accessories. So you don't really need to hear much more from me. We're just going to jump straight into this and say hello to Matt and Tam. Hello, guys.
Hi.
Good to have you with us. So, listen, tell us a wee bit about yourselves. Let's get started here. Tell us about you, and then we'll get on to your wonderful range of products in a wee minute.
Well, we are married. So a husband and wife team. Matt designs all the maps, and I sort of do all the sales and marketing side of things. We've been doing this for far too many years now. But yeah, no, we sort of, Matt's been an avid gamer for many years, and it's been lovely to be able to work in an area that reflects your hobby, so it's really been fantastic.
Yeah, no, I think we've been doing the mats in various formats for about 4, maybe 5 years.
Yeah,
You talk about hobby. I take it, were any of you players or dungeon masters or games masters or something like this where the battle map idea came about?
Yes, I mean, I'm one of those eternal DMs, really. I get to play every so often, but most of the time I run games since school, really. So yeah, about age 8 or 9, the little Fighting Fantasy RPG book they brought out.
35 years.
I went for the age.
I don't know, without trying to be offensive here, you've got the DM look about you. You do. You can glass and beard. You know, we can spot a DM a mile away. You can always spot a D&D player.
Yeah.
And yeah, wasn't it? It was fantasy of the mind. But in the last few years, we've had miniatures coming onto the table, and as a result of that, we've been playing around with a lot of different maps and designs and everything, and it's just sort of evolved from there.
Yeah, I think in part I've owned far more miniatures, many unpainted ones, of course. So I can actually set things up a lot more. And any game that's got a nice tactical element to it, yeah, doing it actual tactical miniatures combat's been quite good. Bit of a crossover to the war game side.
Yeah, I mean, I will say whenever I DM or anything, I mean, I love painting minis. I love writing stories and creating everything, to go with the story. But see, when it comes to drawing maps, I'm crap drawing maps. I mean, it's just generally a big scroll on a bit of paper, and it's like indecipherable. So whenever these books came along, I just thought, wow, this just saves me all that pain. So they really have been a bit of a sort of an invaluable tool for a GM. So, I mean, tell us this. I mean, what was your creative process? How did you start doing this? I mean, you didn't just start with like a blank page and sort of scribble out things and go, yeah, that's good enough. I mean, they really are high quality. So, I mean, tell us a wee bit about how you ended up with what we have now.
Well, we started originally doing wargame mats, mainly X-Wing at the start, because that's kind of what we were playing. And I remember getting some mats and thinking, you know what, I can do that. And we did some of our own, different sizes, started doing other terrain ones. And I think 2017, we did a Kickstarter for RPG mats. So the PVC rollout, smaller size than your wargame mats, but with RPG locations on. And that went pretty well. And we ended up putting lots of designs together for that. And we spent a lot of time trying to work out whatever formats we could go with. And one of the things we got from one of our factories was the sample book of all the different types of paper and finishes and laminations and layouts. And it's flipping through that and, like trying to see what a pen does on all the different pages. But we kind of start to think, you know what? If this was lots of different maps, that would be really handy.
So yeah, I mean, in terms of where Matt tends to start with his designs, we tend to start with a general setting idea. So we tend to start with a terrain or a texture, and then we'll work from there. And Matt, having a devious DM's mind, will often put in lots of little areas that can be misused, as I'm sure you found most of them by now.
Yeah. See, each of your maps that would be in your book or something, I guess, is there a wee bit of a story to go with it? Like, you also, as you clearly said there, you've got the GM's mind, so while you're creating the map or something like this, are you filling in the GM or DM's type details to go with it?
To a degree, although we kind of have like a bit of an overarching thing about reuse and, you know, having generic elements. Because one of the bits of feedback we got very early on was, you know, like if the scene's really, really specific, you know, it's got lots and lots of little details, and, you know, it's only ever going to be that dragon's hoard room because it's got the pitch, you know, the imprint of the dragon in the gold pile, and, you know, you couldn't use it then for another scene and a different setting. So a bit of a mix, really.
We have in our last Kickstarter, the dungeon, which I see is up on the wall. We have branched out a little bit into that's the one. When we did that Kickstarter, we took the opportunity for Matt to write out a dungeon generator to generate encounters and all those maps, and we had John write up an adventure as well to be played out in those pages, and that was really well received. So we're doing those again for our Kickstarter, which is just closed, Towns and Taverns.
Yes, I have backed it. I mean, if it's anything close to the dungeon, it's going to be fantastic. I mean, I've been using this for HeroQuest recently because I've been using the same board for HeroQuest for 30 odd years. So having something fresh to use with it, it's been fantastic.
Justin, I think like most people, you've been probably using the same board.
Yes. The thing I like about the book here, I mean, the dungeon one, there's everything from like forest clearings through to sort of like jail cells to sort of like, you know, weird sort of, you know, wizard type, you know, chambers and everything. And even towers as well. So for anybody who hasn't seen one of these books, you're missing out. They really are a fantastic thing. But I mean, tell me this. You started with the Big Book of Battle Maps, which were generic ones, and then you've done the dungeon. Towns and Taverns is next. You've also done sci-fi. What else have you got up your sleeve? Because so far you've covered a vast range of different sort of genres. So is there anything else we can expect in the future from you that's different?
Next.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of our big and giant formats, which you've got obviously the big and giant fantasy books, the sci-fis, we've got a cyberpunk launch coming out in July, which is cyberpunk, it's modern day post-apocalyptic settings, and we've just had such a fun time drawing that. So that's we're really cool. We've got a sneak preview of that as well with us.
Ooh, okay.
We've also got a second volume of the fantasy books, Big and Giant, coming out later in the year, which is another addition to the fantasy range, which we'll be showing you as well. We've updated some of the settings. So, for example, if you play some of the more common role-play games out there at the minute, we've updated a little bit what we've had on offer. And then, obviously, you're aware of our Towns and Taverns Kickstarter. We've got that prototype as well. But following that, we will probably be starting another modular set, more wilderness. We were thinking wilderness, outdoor settings, forests, deserts,
swamps.
Yes, but not every D&D game is in a dungeon. So, yeah, that's great.
And that'll, obviously, with our modular books, they all work together. So that'll be in addition to that range. So, yeah, we are very, very busy.
I can just see it now, having all these sets sort of on the table together. And before long, you're going to have like an 8 foot by 8 foot like layer of battle mat books. So it's not going to take long to. I mean, I got the double dungeon set, so there's 4 books, and then if I add in the first book as well, and even the little book too, it's not long before it fills everything. The one thing I will say as well that came with that set were the reusable stickers. These are great additions. This can sort of tailor the maps a wee bit for, like I say, for people like myself who really crap at drawing maps. These things, like you can add doors, you can add all sorts of things, furniture and stairs. These were fantastic as well. So hopefully more things like that with the future maps.
Yeah, so there are 3 more sets, I think, that were part of the Towns and Taverns Kickstarter.
Yep.
Town Trimmings, Magic Effects, and then War and Siege.
Yep.
Are 3 packs that are coming up. And then, I don't know, I'm thinking we might go a bit sci-fi after that.
Oh, okay.
Wilderness as well, I'd imagine.
Oh, yes, we'll have some wilderness ones as well. So, yes, but it's a nice thing for us to add on because we do try and keep our things as reusable as possible, but like you say, it's nice to be able to very quickly produce things that you need. So it's a handy thing. We find it quite handy. We do use all our own stuff as well during our games, which is quite nice.
Brilliant. So, I mean, you draw the maps yourself, Matt? Yeah.
I do, yeah.
So you're a bit of a wizard in Photoshop, and what package are you using for doing these?
It's vast majority is Photoshop.
Brilliant. No, they really are. They really are fantastic, and it's just such a nice finish. And the fact that they are wipe clean as well, so you can scribble over it and write notes and all that, and then just wipe it all down at the end of the session, put it back on the shelf again. It's I can't at all. I just think they're great. Plus, they all come with. Again, I'll just hold this to the camera. They all come with blank maps at the front, so if you do have any artistic talent yourself, you can create your own map too. So yeah, no, that's great. So tell me this, one thing I always ask people, or have been asking since the whole lockdown thing has started. You're in lockdown, you can play any 3 games, pick any 3 games, don't necessarily have to be ones you have, any 3 at all. What would be your 3 go-to games during lockdown?
Now, we're locked down as a family, so...
Yes, we have a 9-year-old daughter.
Okay.
So we have been playing, obviously we've been playing D&D, which has been nice distraction. Another one which works really well, which we absolutely love playing, is Grim Forest. That's great for families. It's got all the fairy tale links in it. It's just a really, really happy game to play, which is fun.
Yeah.
Matt can be a little competitive.
I was going to say, it's got an underlying brutality to it, Grim Forest, as well. The fact it's fairy tales, that you can be quite mean to the other players.
And yeah, I think the first game that me and Matt ever played was Space Hulk, which is quite fun.
I think Space Hulk's sort of like my granddaddy list of games. It's just still as good now as it was, years ago.
There's been so many versions of it. I've got one of the original versions of Space Hulk.
Yeah, I think I've got at least 1 copy from each edition that came out.
Not the Space Hulk fans.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's a typical hardcore gamer thing. It's
like,
I'm going to buy the first edition when it comes out. It's like, a second edition, I'll have that too. Why not? Third edition, oh yeah, I'll just have that as well. It's like I have every D&D book that's came out, all the core manuals from every version. And it's like, why do I keep buying these? It's the same thing. But they're different. They're slightly... My wife despairs. You just bought that again? I went, I didn't really. It's kind of different.
Look, there's a different picture on it.
It's just different enough. So,
I think, we've spent a lot of money on games like Zombicide, which we're big fans of as well.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of Zombicide.
I don't think I've played with every single expansion.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
I remember a sensible time when games came in boxes this size, and now they're just, you get a crate around your door when a Kickstarter comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Like Zombicide in particular, it's just went massive. But
oh goodness,
never mind all those other games. We're here to talk about your stuff. So anyway, they're your. Do you both? Are they your top 3? Do you both agree there? Is that?
There's got to be an RPG in there, and we may as well go for D&D.
Yeah, has to be. I mean,
something family friendly, that'll be Grim, and Space Hulk.
Yeah, the classic.
Fair enough. No, can't argue with that. Well, listen, I'm going to hand over to you guys for a couple of minutes here, and if you guys want to show us anything that might be coming out soon, or anything that's like we sneak preview, that's cool. And just plug your product, go for it.
Thank you very much. Oh my goodness! Hello, with big screen. Right, you may be aware there are some of these on their way to you. We've got Cyberpunk books coming out next month.
Excellent.
And it's a part of our grab and go range. So we're in the kitchen today. And we've got the giant and the big formats. And
I will say one thing before you go on there. They're not giant and big. There's a show over here from years ago called Father Ted. One's small and one's far away.
Yeah.
So these are essentially, we've had such fun with these. They're modern day post-apocalyptic and cyberpunk maps for a range of games, and we've kept our standard format, so lay flat, white clean, 5 foot 1 inch grid throughout, and they are just fun. I think, what were we playing when we were drawing these? We were watching Altered Carbon on Netflix, And we just got so into designing these. But these are out in the 2 sizes. These are coming out in July. And we couldn't be more happy with how they look. We're pretty pleased. But that's our first launch. So there's one of those in the post.
Yeah.
The next thing we've got coming out in October is that those of you who are familiar with our fantasy range, we have our Volume 2 fantasy books coming out, which are an addition to the big and giant books already on the market, with some obviously fantasy maps. And we have updated our style to reflect some of our more recent releases. And again, this is just as many different fantasy settings as we could fit in a book.
Yep. And all of these ones, well, many of the dungeon bits now fit in and are a similar sort of palette and style to the modular books.
So yeah, and then again, even on the giants and things, we've got standard chapter points. So if you get more than one book, or if you've got your friends in the group have some, you can line them up to make huge maps. But table space does become an issue. I have to do most of our photographs on the floor at the moment, just because we've got so much stuff. And we've just had through, I think these arrived 2 days ago, we've had the first updates for our backers, but Towns and Taverns, our latest Kickstarter, and this is a modular set with 2 books.
They're shipping soon, aren't they? Yeah.
That we've just actually, I think the files are going to go to print probably by the end of this week.
Yeah.
So we would hope to, where are we now? I'm losing track of time because of lockdown. We've said December. We are hoping to be early, but obviously the way things are at the minute, we're going to be quite cautious about that. Once things are shipping out of the factory, we'll be able to put some firm dates in. But we are definitely on schedule, if not a little bit ahead.
Brilliant.
Yeah, let me just start with and Towns and Towers is exactly what it says on the tin. It is a book for 2 books of maps of towns and tavern settings, and we have the 2 books which line up. We're going to have to try and do this together, so bear with us.
This is where it all goes wrong.
You will have to read the slides for a second.
Need a bigger screen.
And that map is 2 foot by 2 foot. So, and they line up like that. And lots of different indoor and outdoor settings there. And as before, we have the little book as well, which will be coming out at the same time for Kickstarter backers, and also to retail afterwards. And that's just a little book of extra rooms and corridors. And it's great for anything, random encounters, or expanding your map area, or just linking in. It's a handy little thing to have. And that, for us, is, I think, everything we've got planned for the rest of this year. There will be a couple of other launches that we're not quite ready to show you yet, but that's the bulk of it. And thank you very much for letting us show you everything.
Yeah, it's not a problem. No, I mean, it's been good to talk to you. And to be honest, I say, if they're anywhere close at all to the dungeon, how it's turned out, they'll be fantastic. I mean, I've already said before, I said again, I can't fault it. Between the white clean maps and the stickers, you've just created a fantastic product, which is so much handier carrying around as a book than a massive big rolled up mat under your arm. You know, they're really handy. They're a really good product. So yeah, Simon, do you have anything to add in there?
I think for myself, recently because of lockdown, D&D has came on to the scene again for myself, and I've taken the plunge, so to be a dungeon master. What you have done is very, very relevant. More so with regards to VTT, virtual tabletop. Is that an area that you work with as well, or is it specifically just the battle mats in a physical form that you have?
No, we have a digital maps up on Drive Through RPG, which is our main channel for getting those out. Matt plays on Roll20 these days since lockdown here. So all our maps are up online in digital format as well. And we've done a care package, which is a pack of free maps for people moving online for the first time. So if you look on Drive Through for battle maps, we will come up and we've got a care pack of about 12 free maps just to get everyone started. And then we've done some value packages as well, just to help people set their games up online so that everyone can move and keep playing through these times.
Yeah, so there's a title on there that matches the dungeon. So that's all 80 individual pages from the main books, the 40 from the small book, all the things that make up the dungeon dressings, sticker pack there, they're all tokens as well. And there's an adventure and a generator in there as well.
Yeah.
Excellent. So basically, people have an opportunity right now that if they want to try out your battle mats, to go on to what was it again? RPG?
There's a link up on our website. If you go
Yeah.
to lokiformats.com, there's a link there take you to all our stuff.
Excellent, excellent. Now, I see that it's dungeon, and you've also done the cities and something like that, and the taverns and stuff.
Yes.
For somebody that kicks off dungeon, being a dungeon master, and especially with regards to level 1, there's always a sewer that people have to go into, you know. So do you have any sewer maps at all?
Huge. 35, 36, I think it is, in both dungeon books.
And we have put them in towns and taverns as well.
There's a transition sort of matching page in...
Yes, quite right. Page 35 and 36.
Similar style, there's 4 pages of more sewers with transitions into caves and cellars and things in the towns and towns.
And there's sewers in the big book, there's sewers in the giant book of battle map. There'll be sewers in the volume 2 giant book in the big book as well. So we love a sewer. We spend so much time in sewers and creeping through sewers. So yes, the sewer map has been included in pretty much everything we've done.
Well, to be fair, giant rats need to live somewhere.
Yeah.
Yes, they do, don't they?
I'm going to challenge anybody in the bunker, any of the wee gamers, anybody watching this, if you can think of any ideas that maybe the guys have missed, stick them in the comments and let them know. I think you've covered quite a lot there, but there's always room for volume 3 and 4.
There is always room for 3 and 4. You know, there's never a limit to what you want with regards to maps.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Excellent.
So I think that's basically us. Listen, thank you very much from myself. Justin?
Yeah, no, it's been great speaking to you guys. It's been great catching up with you, and it's been nice seeing the wee sneak peek of what's coming. And stay in touch, and whenever the Towns and Taverns releases, if you want to come back, and we'll do a wee review of that with you, and that'll be good. Anything you want to say? Yeah.
Thank you so much for having us on. It's been great.
Not a problem. Good to see you. All the best.
Okay,
Thank
bye-bye.
you. Bye.